Uh, Hello, everybody. Kanisha, the creator here, and I'm here today to talk to you about. I'm here to talk to you about about my childhood. Okay, let's just start right at the back. When I was little, I thought I could be a singer, but I changed my mind once I realized that writing was truly my passion. And ever since I've been in sixth grade, I've written this story about a mutant named Kanisha. I knew immediately I wanted her to be immortal and I wanted her to have a special set of powers. I knew I wanted her to have lava, like all the elements earth, water, air, fire. I knew I wanted all that. Yes, I love Avatar The Last Airbender. Please. But that was not the only reason. I just thought it was so cool, the idea of element bending. Also, I wanted her to have super strength, super speed, be able to tell the future, be able to read minds, and like she'd be sarcastic and fun, and always mess with the police because the police would always be chasing her because they thought she was a dangerous force. But then I started getting this idea: what if I make the story even deeper? I started watching shows where they have a really deep message and they make you think, really think about life. So I decided to have her have have these sections of her life where she thinks about like, would I really be okay with being immortal? And if I'm immortal, what about all my family? What about all my friends? So I thought, should she have a family or should she not have a family? Should she have friends or should she not have friends? So each story was different than the last. I had one version where she pretty much didn't have a family and she just lived in a mansion, a big mansion, all on her own. I had another version where she lived with her grandma, but then slowly her grandma passed away, and then she lived on her own and was only with her friends. And then I had this part where she was just solo. She just solo and just meet new friends along the way of her journeys. Guess which one I went with? If y'all guess the one where she well, actually, if you guessed any of them, you're wrong. The story I decided to go with was the story about her living with her aunt and experiencing a whole new way of life where she is sent into the future, 6 years into the future. In fact, she still ends up living with her aunt because her aunt is still alive. She wasn't that old. She was about like in her 30s or so. So yeah. Yeah, I had her I had that. Anyway, let's talk about other things. I have a big imagination. And in many of my earlier videos, you've heard me talk about imaginary friends. Well, when I was little, that was the first time I ever brought it up. I've had imaginary friends ever since I was 3, I believe. I don't remember this based on memory, it's just what my granny told me. So yeah, I had imaginary friends. I still have them to this day. They help me stay sane. Besides my family, of course. My family helps me keep stay sane too. But I just love talking to them because when nobody else is around, they're always around for me. I know it's weird a 21-year-old having imaginary friends, but you know what? I don't care. They're my guidance to the world. They help me make the right decisions, even if it seems crazy in my head. Another thing is, like, while I was little, I was very shy. I did not always like raising my hand. I did not always. I was pretty okay with making friends. But sometimes I would have to force myself to actually do it because sometimes I didn't always like talking. Sometimes I would just sit there and I'd just be completely silent. I wouldn't say a word unless you started talking about television or books. Then I started talking like one of those TV hosts. I would be going on and on, especially if it had to do with television. I'm still like that. Whenever you discuss a TV show for me, a TV show to me, I'll either say I've never heard of it, or I'll be like, oh my gosh, you know what? I watched that show, and let me tell you, there's this part in the show that I really liked, or there's this part in the show I really hated. Yeah, like I said, I'm still like that. But also, when I was little, while I wanted to be a singer, I had this phone where I would use voice record, where I download a voice recorder on it, and I voice record myself singing, and then I re-listened to me singing over and over again. Uh, you can't find it now because I never put it on YouTube. This was way before I discovered how to make videos on YouTube. So yeah, you'll never see that footage ever. Plus, my phone was a long time broken, so yeah, there's that. Unfortunately, it was way, way before I ever got this phone. Yeah, it was way before I got this one. So yeah, you're never gonna find that ever again. But you will find a video of me talking about like my imaginary friends, and like me making my first video of me dancing to Just Dance. And I bet y'all be like, when this girl is crazy because she didn't even show the part of the video where they show the character dancing while she's dancing. Yeah, I didn't know how to do that back then. I just showed myself dancing. And let me tell you, my family still laughs at that video to this day. Heck, I laugh at that video to this day, and I cringe so hard. I cannot rewatch that video. I cannot rewatch it. Now I understand how the YouTubers who are like, please do not go watch my first ever video. Man, it was horrible. I did not know how to use a microphone. I still don't use a microphone. anyway, anyway, yeah, that video was terrible. Many of those videos back then were terrible, except my reaction videos. My reaction videos are actually pretty good. but still, but still, those regular videos, they were bad. They were bad. You know what's funny is I think when I first started making my YouTube channel, I did try and do something similar to the Kanisha show, which is what I'm doing right now. But I tried to do like, you know how in all those YouTube videos they have this like sequence where they have this theme song for their show. Yeah, I tried to do that, but the problem was I couldn't come up with any lyrics. So I think I tried too many different versions of it, and then I was just like, beep it, forget about it. I did even try it with my cousin. That way, that well, yeah. Oh, let me tell you more stories. Okay, so I'm gonna make this quick because this thing can only be 10 minutes, otherwise my video won't fully, won't show up on YouTube, and then I'll have to start all over again, and I hate starting over. So anyway, while I was little, I'm not gonna tell you the full extent of the story, but I'll just tell you a small portion of the story. Okay, so we, me and my family, we were at this place. Let's just call it Chuck's. So we were at Chuck's, and so I am not always the type of person to start an argument. I do not like arguing with people. Arguing is like the worst thing in the world to me. I hate it. Every time when I argue with somebody, my heart just starts pounding all crazy, and then I get a lump in and then I get a lump in, you know, my throat. Yeah, it is the worst. Anyway, I was having this argument with one of my family members, and it was over the stupidest thing. So, get this. You know how some people give their opinions to a certain family member, and then at first you just think it's a small opinion. They won't care that much about it. But then when you give them that person the opinion, they just like, it's really none of your business. And then the way they said it, it's like, okay, I just wanted to say my opinion. I wasn't really trying to pry in your business. And to this day, when I look back at that memory, I keep thinking, well, did they have to be so rude about it? Sheesh. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so it was like during the holidays. I think it's like during the holiday, kind of around this time. But anyway, it was like during the holidays, right? And it's the same family member. I'm not going to tell you their names or anything, but I'm just going to tell you. So this family member, I think they just like to argue a lot. I don't know why, but they just like to argue a lot. So anyway, so this family member had two kids, right? And they're just, kids. They're like to run and play around and jump and all that stuff. Well, I was trying to enjoy watching my TV while I was over one of my family members' house. And, well, unfortunately, this family member didn't exactly know how to keep her, know exactly when to keep her kids in line. Wait, is it right to say that? Well, I'm not really telling you their name, so yeah, it's right to say that. But anyway, yeah, they didn't exact unfortunately, the kids were running around in the hallway while I was trying to watch TV. And as much as I, wanted to turn up the volume, I didn't want to bug anybody too much by having the volume be too loud. So I just tried to watch the TV. But then, I don't know if she was doing this on purpose or not, but she just kept telling the children to go, come this way, come that way. And then it got so annoying. I was like, can you make up your mind and tell them to just either go downstairs or sit the heck down? And I swear to this day, I still argue. I still argue. Listen, woman, if you don't want me to complain about it, have your children sit the heck down. Like, I'm thinking, you're having your children, you're letting your children just run around all crazy like, and you're complaining to me about it. Now, I know what y'all gonna be like. Well, you were little back then. It's not exactly right for you to have a smart mouth like that. Yes, I will agree. I did kind of have a, that was kind of me having a smart mouth, but at the same time, you're not exactly helping if you're not exactly telling your children to at least sit down or come see you about running all over the place. What, you just gonna let them run like mad people? It's not even like we had a basement. At least now where I live, we at least have a base. We at least have a basement, but they didn't even have a basement where they could just run around. They literally were running around in the hallway. So like, how am I supposed to? How am I supposed to feel in that situation? How am I supposed to feel in that situation? It's like, yes, that did seem like I had a smart mouth, but at the same time, well, you couldn't say anything to your children. Why are you trying to start an argument with me when I'm not even that much? When really I'm not even that old. Like, it's not even like I was even. I'm pretty sure I wasn't even a teenager yet. So yeah. So yeah, really, I feel like we both were in the wrong in that situation. But still, to this day, I'm still kind of upset that the fact that she was just like, mind your own business. Well, if I have to keep hearing their pitter patter feet all over the place, maybe it kind of is my business. But that's all. Anyway, isn't family the worst sometimes? I swear. You can't live with them, but you can't live without them. It's crazy to think about. Anyway, that's enough of talking about my childhood. I'll come back next episode and talk about something else. Whoa. Sorry, guys. Got a little headache. I don't know